สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome back to Bim's Kitchen. Today I'm gonna show you the experiment on my different high hydration sourdough bread. This one is the lower hydration, medium hydration, and very super high hydration. Okay, this one is 68% hydration, 77% hydration, 86% hydration, two of them, 96% hydration, and 105% hydration. Okay, our experiment today, we're gonna make 65% hydration, 75, 85, 95, and 105. The hydration gonna be a little bit higher because I'm gonna write it down, but this is the percentage of the water into the dough. So the first one at 65 percent hydration for 550 gram gonna be 57 gram. 357, a little bit more. Okay, perfect. Now I need to take it out a little bit. We have to make sure it's the exact number. Okay, that is 65, and this one is 75. I need to mix the dough. Okay, 75 gonna be 412. Okay, that we do. And then the next one, which is gonna be 855. I'm gonna make two batch for this one because I know this one gonna be really nice and my prefer crumb. So I'm gonna make double batch for this one. Gonna be 935 gram. $935. Perfect. Now the next one gonna be 95%, which gonna be 520. Okay. So gonna be 522. Perfect. Oops. Okay, perfect. Now the last one, this is gonna be very challenging. 505% water. So gonna be 577. Okay, we need to take out a little bit. Perfect. Now it's time to add our starter. So our starter gonna be, okay, we need 110 gram for this one. Keep it that. And then 110 gram for this one. Okay, a little bit much. Now I need this one for 210 because this is double recipe. Okay, 210. $220. Oops. That will do. Okay. Now I need one recipe for this. Hopefully I can get another 100. Okay, so we do that. We need to. Okay. $110. Perfect. Now last but not least, this recipe. Let's see I gonna get 110 or not. But if not, I'm gonna add my other starter. Okay. We need this. And we need this. We're gonna use every drop of my starter. 20 already. $30, $32. Now, let's see, all of it gonna be 100. Hopefully. Okay, it look good. I got 70, about 80. I need like 20 gram for my other jar. Okay. $20 to get 110. That's it. Okay, there you go. We need 50 gram of my whole wheat flour. Oops. Perfect. One. That one is 100 gram. Okay, this one 2 recipe. This one is 50 gram. This one. Okay. Another one, last one. Okay. Before we add the flour, we need to mix the starter and whole wheat to absorb all the water first. I'm gonna use the egg whisk. Okay, these two recipes. Perfect. Now we're gonna add the flour. This is 500 grams, and I have half of that. This is 500 grams. I'm gonna add in here. These two recipes, I need 1000 grams for this one. And then I have two of these 500 grams each. Okay, 500 grams each. Okay, I'm gonna add 20%, 2% of salt. That is 11 grams. This is 11 grams. This one is 22 grams because it's double recipe. And this one 11 grams. This one 11 grams. Okay. Now, before I mix the dough, I need to wet my finger, and I'm doing this to mix all the salt together with the flour. This is 65% hydration. Let me show you. A little bit stiff because my bread flour had 14% protein content, so it's slightly different from your flour. It's gonna be a little bit stiff for 55% hydration, but I like to share with you how it's a texture look like when you have a very high protein content on the dough. Okay, this one is 65. So on the first mix, I'm not gonna work much. I'm just gonna make sure that they come together, and I'm gonna leave it another 30 minutes before I do anything else. So before I leave it, I'm gonna scoop the size of the container. Just make sure everything mix well between wet ingredient and dry ingredient. Okay, like that. Now I'm gonna cover that with the plastic bag. My little helper gonna help me. Yep, just gonna close the edge. Now we're gonna work on 75% hydration. Okay, so same again, I'm gonna wet my finger and mix the flour and the salt together. Kind of turn around your container. Oops, split the flour, that's okay. So when you come to this stage, you just need to flip. Do not squeeze your dough during this first period of time because it's gonna make it difficult for you to mix on the next mix because it's gonna making lumpy on the dough. Okay, flip over like that. until you see, I'm not gonna put my finger into the water much because I don't want to add hydration into my dough. So I'm gonna use the spatula to squeeze out all the dough from my finger. Okay, now I just want to show you my flour, how it look like when it's very different hydration. This one is 75% of water. So I'm gonna flip over. So just want to make sure that the dough is come together. See, I don't squeeze. I just flip and flip. Now I'm gonna cover with the plastic bag. Okay, now the next one, which is gonna be 85, I make double batch because I want to, I think this one gonna be really good one for me. So I make double batch and see how it turn out. %, hydration, double batch. You see, this one is perfect for me. For my 14% protein contents, it's just right. See, perfect. Not too wet and not too dry. Just about right. Okay, I need to make sure that I don't add any more hydration. By the way, in Thailand, it's very humidity. The humid percent is like 7 to 70%. So I probably end up a little bit higher hydration for my dough. But today I turn on the aircon, even outside is still very cold. Cold for us is 33 degrees Celsius. That's cold for us. Very nice. So I'm gonna cover this one with plastic bag again. Okay, and now this one is 95% hydration. Let's see my 95% hydration. Still workable, you see. I make this hydration all the time because I feel like easy to handle for me. See, it's nice. And you can do the rubber method on the first mix for high percent hydration. Okay, now I'm gonna leave it. Like I said, I'm not gonna wet my finger because I don't want to add any hydration into the dough. So I'm gonna scoop the sides out. Put the plastic bag. and then I'm gonna mix this flour. This is 105. It's a little bit challenge, but you see they come together nicely already. I just want to make sure on the first mix I not overwork the dough. Okay, now is my dough is mixed well. There you go. 110% hydration. Sorry, 105. So I'm gonna let it rest for 30 minutes. Again, I'm not gonna add any more water or hydration into the dough. So I'm just gonna use the spatula to wipe it off all the stickiness on my finger. And then there you go. We're gonna come back in 30 minutes for the second mix. Okay, that is my dough. We come back in 30 minutes. Okay, after 30 minutes, let's check the temperature of the dough. Room temperature is 21, so we're gonna check the temperature. The dough temperature is 25, it is perfect. Now we're gonna mix. This is first mix after, this is the first press and fold after first mix. This one is 65% hydration with my finger. See, the dough is really stiff. I'm gonna make first press and fold. You can see it's really stiff, though. I'm gonna use my hand to stretch out a little bit. See? You see the dough is not sticking to my hand a lot like first mix. So the gluten had been developed. So what I'm doing here is cover them again. And let's see that 75% hydration. Okay, this one is 75, so the dough a little bit softer than the first one. I'm gonna use this method for this first mix, and I also gonna use this method. So before that, I need to make sure I scoop everything out from the container. Okay. So I'm gonna use slap and fold method. Okay, I'm gonna use the bench scraper to scraping all every dough out from the table. Okay, that's first mix. Then we need to cover. %75 hydration. Now I come to the 85% hydration. This one is double recipe. Where is the side of 85%? So kind of a little bit soft. See the bubble? Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm gonna use the coil fold because the hydration is high. Okay. Okay. Now it's a little bit sticky on this one. So it's just gonna use the spatula to wipe it off. Now okay, we're gonna see 95% hydration. Okay, this one is absolutely gonna be so wet, so I just want to make sure I don't add any liquid into the dough. So I'm gonna use the spatula. Okay. Okay, that's it. I don't want to break any gluten. Now, this is 95. So now let's see the 105. Oops, what should I do? Okay, this one is 105. I'm gonna be really careful with this one. So what I'm doing here, I'm gonna just use the state and fold. I'm not gonna mix different side. So the dough come together nicely, surprisingly. Okay, so let's try this one again. Okay. It's gonna be good bread. All right, so this is 95, this is 105. Where are they? 105. So we're gonna use this spatula to form them nicely. This is the first mix, okay? First stress and fold after first mix. 30 minutes. Now we're gonna come back another 30 minutes. But before that, we're gonna cover the plastic bag. And let's see the other. So this one is 105. 105. We come back in 30 minutes. Okay, this is second mix of the dough. This is 65% hydration. So I'm gonna use stretch and fold for 65% hydration. For the second mix, round the bowl before closing. Now, I'm on 75% hydration. Okay, this one I'm gonna also use stretch and fold. This one stretch out very nicely. Again, we're gonna round it, still very sticky, so we're gonna need to rest. One thing I forgot is this one is 85, but before we're gonna do stretch and fold, I am going to check the temperature. Temperature is 22 degrees, so let's check the dough temperature. The dough temperature is 24, 25, which is okay. Right? So we're gonna do, I'm gonna try coil fold for this one. Normally, my 85% I use coil fold because very sticky. Each fold I wet my finger into with the water so then my hand not stick into the dough. So after round the ball, I'm gonna use the spatula to scoop all the flour stuck on the side of the container into the dough, so they become one dough and you don't waste anything else. Then cover again. Now we're gonna come to 65%, 95% hydration. So this one, again, I'm gonna try coil fold. If not, we're gonna do like normal stretch and fold. But before we do that, I just want to make sure the size of the container is not sticky. Okay. %95 hydration. A little bit of water. Not so bad. Okay, again, we're gonna use everything looks good. Now come to the last one, which is 105% hydration. Okay. I'm gonna try stretch and fold if it work. Hopefully it's work. Oops. Wow, it's work. This is 105% hydration. Believe it or not. Perfect. Surprise. Okay, after another 30 minutes, we're gonna check the temperature of the dough. The room temperature is 20. See the dough temperature? (24). Perfect. Okay, this is 65% hydration. This is the reason why I don't make the low hydration dough. You see how difficult for my flour to stretch out. Very, very stiff. (14% protein contents). So stiff for 65% hydration. So what I'm doing here on this stage, I'm gonna slap and fold. Okay, 10 slab and fold. And then we're gonna put into the container. Now we come to 75% hydration. Again, we check our temperature. (24%). 24 degrees Celsius. That is about your 70 Fahrenheit. Oops, why I cover it? I need to work on this though. So that one we do slab and fold. Let's see this one. 75%, easy to stretch out. Just about right. So I can see the bubble already. Gonna be working so well. So but before I'm gonna do another slab and fold for 75% hydration too. Okay, now load it up and we're gonna put into the bucket. I am not going to check the temperature for this dough. I think all of them gonna be 24, so this should be okay. So this one is 85%. Sorry, the mark is gone. So what I'm doing here is another coil fold. Okay, 85. Working well with the coil fold. Now come to 95. This one, of course, is bread dough. You can see the bubble there. Now we're gonna use coil fold again. See the bubble? Okay. Last but not least is our 105 105% hydration dough. Let me show you how it look like. Okay, we're gonna use coil fold for this one. Okay, this is after shaping for 105% hydration. We're gonna cover over the dough and this, and let it rest another 30 minutes for the final stretch and fold before we let it rise for about 3 hours. Okay, this is the last stretch and fold before we proofing the dough. This is 65% hydration. Let's see the 65% hydration. I can see the little bubble there, and it's stretched out nicely, and I can feel it very light. Okay, now we'll come to work on 75% hydration. Again, I'm going to using stretch and fold method. Okay, now I'm gonna work on this one is 85% hydration, double recipe. I'm gonna use coil fold again. Okay. Now come to work on this one, 95% hydration. So the dough has a lot of bubble there, and we're gonna use coil fold for this one too. I can see there is a lot of bubble and very light. Hopefully I can have a big open crumb for this one. See the bubble? Okay, last but not least, this is 105% hydration. I see a lot of bubble there. Bubble. We're gonna use coil fold again for this one. So 105% hydration, very nice and light. Just want to make sure I'm not overwork the dough. There you go. Oh my, bread 65, 75, 85, 95, 105. Okay, this is all the dough after fold, stretch and fold. We're gonna proof the dough for about 3 hours before we shaping and put into the fridge for cold retard. But before we proofing, we're gonna put plastic bag and then leave on the counter. So this is how I rest my dough. Always keep it covered to stop them from the dry surface. My dough is 24 degrees Celsius, which is about your 75, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna keep this covered, and then I'm coming back in 4 hours. I'm gonna go for exercise now. Coming back to working with my dough. Okay, see you in 3 hours.